Oh, that was fucking gross. I'm sorry, guys.
Groovy, baby.
Oh my. Intro.
Huh? We're over here tapping in with KWJT, Puget Sound from space. I'm over here with Corey. You're tapping in with Tavares and sliding with Solana.
Come on. Okay, skirt.
Hey, we're motherfucking back. You already know what's going on, KWJT. Thank you for tuning in. We did take a week off, so we appreciate all the Groovy Friday-ers for being patient for this next Groovy Friday and this next drop. As always, would love to start the show off with a whole lot of love. Thank you, everybody. Groovetober has finally wrapped up. Just want to, huge special shout-outs to two people. Actually, three people. First and foremost, I want to thank Emily, Gina, and Solana for really headlining our last drop.
Come on.
Our Groovetober sweatshirts. We want to thank the team for really going crazy, and we want to thank the people for actually purchasing and supporting our small business. Truly, we cannot do this shit here without you guys at home, so thank you so much. And then thank you for our lovely ladies who helped us out this past month. One more thing. Thank you, Tranquil Forest, for always showing us love and always curving us with that new strain of the week. And without a further ado, I would like to introduce this week's new guest. We got 1K Tui up in the motherfucking building.
I appreciate it, man.
Come on.
Shout out to Groovy Tapes, man. I'm excited for this interview,
Oh,
man.
this is going to be amazing.
Man, thank you so much for joining us, bro. We really appreciate it. Little backstory on how we met today. Actually, Tui is a well-known friend of our friends, OTC.
Yes.
Shout out OTC Sengi. Out the cut, the movement, out the cut records. Yeah. We appreciate the whole team. So
shout out Sengi, shout out Quay. Shout out Drew and shout out Zeke, man.
Zeke, come on the pod, bro.
Yeah, man. Zeke, hurry up and come on the pod, bro.
Man, we need him next, man.
Always conveniently out of town or popping.
We got the whole team. We met the whole team formally. We finally got to meet Drew. So it's a truly amazing and a blessing for having you be here, my friend.
Man, it's an honor to be here, bro. I'm excited, man. I know you guys been doing your thing for a while, and Groovetober just, ended, so I'm glad to be on the, fresh in November.
Yes, sir.
If y'all got a name for it, what is it?
Groovember. No,
Groovember?
Nah. It gets a little harder in the later months to add a little groove to it. But it's Groovy November, so we're kicking it off real strong. Let's start off, man. Are you OTC or let's explain the 1K?
Crazy, I'm glad that you asked, man. Like, that's one of the biggest questions I get.
Yeah,
literally by my fan base every time. Are you a part of OTC? What is OTC? Like, people ask me all the time, and I'm just like, man, I don't know if I've made it clear, but I'm gonna set the record straight right now. I'm a part of Out the Cut Records. OTC is in fact the record label, man, and that's what I'm a part of. Like, people say, "Are you signed?" Yeah, I'm signed to Out the Cut Records. And it's a small family record label right now, but we've been growing and we've been doing our thing for a while now, and I've been signed for about 2 years now, man. Since I was going to Central Washington University, and ever since then, but that's one of my biggest questions. So I'm glad you asked that. For people that aren't sure or who don't really know me, or if they're wondering if what I'm doing,
what your involvement is.
Right, exactly.
I only asked because. Well, I don't know if Kaiva is a part of OTC yet.
1K the Ooze.
Yes, but you two, you guys are that 1K really stands out to me.
Yeah, hey, shout out 1K the Ooze and Tassi 1K. I don't know if y'all heard of them, but
both amazing poly men out here putting on.
Man. I actually got a song with 1K Tassi 1K coming out soon. It's coming on a new project that I got coming up, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, 1K it's not really a thing. It's not really like a gang or anything, whatever people got associated. Yeah. I know a lot of people like to associate us together, but 1K Tui, man, I came like I made that name on my own. I didn't have it with any background to it. It's just like I have this, like not too many artists go by their real name. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, man, I don't want to just go by Keanu, which is my real name. And I was like, how can I, incorporate something cool, that people would catch on to. And I just started going by K Tui at first. And, K from Keanu and Tui from my last name, Tui Asusopo, and I just threw the one in front of it, and like, I feel like, like I didn't really know too many 1Ks. Matter of fact, I didn't know any 1Ks at all. So I was just like, I feel like, like 1K Tui would be a cool thing. So I just kind of did that on my own. But like, shout out to Kaiva 1K to Oos. I got a song on my SoundCloud with him, a little remix to the On My Mind by OTC, man. And, that's one of my favorite songs, man. And
that shit's fire. It made me want to do the challenge.
Hey, man.
but Sengi didn't fuck with my challenge.
Crazy, man.
Sengi didn't fuck with my challenge.
All right. I wasn't the judge, man. I was just supporting you.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that shit was fire.
But, like 1K, it's not really anything out here. It's just like, it's just our names. And, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that we associated with that we, everybody had their own story of why they chose to, call themselves 1K.
Yeah.
There's a funny story behind with Kaiva. When we recorded our On My Mind remix, he kind of told me the reasoning behind why he calls himself 1K to Oos. And I told him exactly why I call myself 1K Tui. So, like, if anybody thinks that there's bad blood between us, man, I'm going to tell you right now, set the record straight. Yeah. No bad blood.
Exactly.
I support him all the way, man. And,
no, I appreciate the way y'all move because I didn't know if you guys knew each other on that level, like, of, like, a brotherhood type level. But the way you guys, like, moved about it was, like, real unified and, like, unity. Like, these guys are from different backgrounds, like, and they just so happen to, like, resonate with the 1K. So that's what it is, I'm glad that you explained that because it's
man, all love over here on this side, man. Shout out to him. His older brother is one of my longtime family friends. It's crazy. Like, it's funny, like I knew this guy, his older brother, he goes by the name of Reese, and like he was a longtime friend before I even knew Kaiva. Reese is like one of my older bros, one of my older friends that like came around my house when I was a youngin, and so like when I found out that was his like brother, I was like, what? Like this is crazy, but that's family. So I consider Kaiva, 1K to Oos, that's family, man. And he's a talented individual, man. He got projects, man. So make sure y'all go stream his music, man. Tossie 1K, like I consider him family too. We got a long history of like, like knowing each other. We've known each other. I've known Tossie and 1K since I was like, 5th grade, man.
That's insane. You both are from out of state, right?
Well, that's funny. Like I'm from Washington.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I grew up in Spanaway, Washington.
Oh, nice.
I was born in Olympia.
Okay. Shout out
to Lyketown, man. 360.
Come on.
When I was 8 years old, I was about 8 years old when I moved to Spanaway. I lived in Lakewood for a little bit, but I ended up moving to Spanaway in 2008, and I've been there ever since, man.
So, what was it like growing up in Spanaway, just being so far from the city and just like
man, like growing up in Spanaway was a little different, like man, I'm gonna be honest, like I don't want to say it was like whitewashed, but in a way it really was, man. Like, it was away from like kind of the whole, I was in Lakewood for a little bit, man, and I already knew how that side of Lakewood, like it was a little different from where I was used to, you know what I'm saying? And just growing up in Spanaway, I was like, oh, this is a little more formal. Things are a little bit more organized over here, And so, I went through, grade school over there, middle school in Spanaway, got to high school, man. And when I got to high school, there was kind of like, gangs around that and stuff, but like I never really resonated towards there.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because, my dad grew up banging the S, you know what I'm saying? He's from Long Beach, California. That's his background.
Yeah.
So for me, I realized my dad was trying to make a better living for me out here in Washington, trying to get me away from that. And so, he's been busting his ass. My bad, is it cool if I say
hell yeah. You could definitely, hell yeah.
Busting his ass since he was, since like he grew up banging the S when he was in high school. He actually went to school with Snoop Dogg, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He
Damn.
graduated from Long Beach Poly, but like that gang life, his parents shipped his ass out back to American Samoan, and that's where he met my mom. And funny story, they met, and like so like my dad kind of got away from the life,
Yeah.
and so like when he went to Samoa, things kind of like worked out for him. Then like fast forward to Washington, which is where I was born. I don't know why a lot of people think that I was born from out of state.
Yeah, well, forgive me, brother.
Hey,
Like,
no problem, man. I get it all the time, man. Some people are like, "You from Samoa? You from Cali?" No,
It must be the energy that you bring. It's because
man.
Washington tends to not have such a loving vibe at times. It has a perception to have
Right.
like not, and you have such a great energy about yourself. So I feel like
Man,
it
I
may be
appreciate
like
that, bro.
just your presence may be like, bro, where you from, bro? You like you
Right.
sure you from Washington, bro?
Right, you know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is, like, I hang out with everybody, man. It's like I hang out with people, like from the hood, and I hang out with people from Mormon, Utah. You know what I'm saying? Like, speaking of Utah, I got a song with a very special artist, man. He's a poly artist doing pop indie. That's crazy.
Ooh.
Like his name is Bennu Moon, and like, he's a part of the Moon
oh, I've
Gang.
seen him through Twitter,
Bro,
through the lines, the
He's
grapevines.
crazy. He just did a show with his brother Bobby B. Mack, and they just did something in Cali, and he's doing like that pop indie sound, and it's just like
Different.
it's different, man.
Ooh,
And
how's
like,
it give you the
right.
chills?
How'd you end up
Right.
making that building that bridge out there?
So I kind of made that connection. I got a lot of family in Utah, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Utah. My mom and dad used to live in Utah before I was born, and like.
Oh, so you got ties there, really?
I got ties there, man, and like a lot of my family are in the Mormon congregation, and like so I know a lot of people from Utah, and like just through the years growing up and like going to Utah back and forth for like family reunions and stuff like that, I really like learned like not only the Mormon culture but like also the Utah culture, like because that's one thing that people get confused all the time. There's Mormons in Utah, right? And that's the Mormon state, and like a lot of Mormons go there, but there's people like like they don't just associate like with the church, like there's people who out there doing music, there's people out there like building businesses and stuff, and like when you think of Utah, you guys think of Mormons, right?
Yeah.
Like, if we're
There's a
being
huge,
100%.
huge
Right.
tie with religion and state.
and like clay
Especially-
rocks. That's all I could think of.
you know what
When
I'm saying?
he's like-
Or like like people think of like they have this idea of Utah. I had that idea. Like I'm serious. Like I used to have that idea of Utah, and I'm like, once I visited Utah, I was like, well, first of all, like all these girls aren't exactly what I thought they would be. Like, and I'm saying, like these Utah girls are wow, they're Mormon. All right,
Oh, whoa.
hold on, exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a little different than what I thought Utah would be like.
Yeah, you pulled up and Utah was a little more ratchet
Yeah,
than you
man.
thought.
Like high school years, I was like, sheesh, man, this man, I can get used to this. You know what I'm saying? But like, like Utah is a really great place with, great, not only, religious people, but they have like just a great Polynesian, which is, not something we've really touched upon, but like a great Polynesian crowd out there.
Yeah.
And they have such a big support. And, being poly myself, man, just seeing what they've been doing with not only their like artists, but like they're really opening up to like different sounds. Like we don't really have a pop indie artist out here, like in Washington ourselves. So like meeting Bennu Moon, going to Utah, and like I have a song with him on my upcoming project, which is crazy, and like just having that connection to like a different sound of Polynesian wave is like it's mind blowing to me, man. And I'm like shout out to all the Polynesian artists doing your thing. Like I know like we have our own thing, kind of like our own sounds and different things, but like just seeing like like really doing things that people like of our culture, our skin really don't really do. Man, I really thought that was amazing, bro. Like I can't get over that, man.
I actually have a question for the both of you. Being that I guess Polynesian like hip hop and Polynesian pop is so, I would say, like outside to the industry, but it's such a huge fan base. Do you think that the, I guess, the regular industry acceptance is needed for it to grow, or do you think where it is, like how poly people are backing poly people and building own platforms, building own festival, like doing, like you guys are doing your own, I guess, like thing with adjacent to like what the typical hip hop industry and the typical pop industry, do you think that recognition is needed for a Polynesian like hip hop artist or just a regular artist to grow within the music industry, or do you think what the community is doing already will continue to just like elevate and allow people to be the stars in their own right and then in their own communities?
May I start?
Yeah, no problem.
I'll answer it in both ways, just because I have two really strong feelings. My first really strong feeling about that is like the Polynesian people have been enrooted in like the music industry for the last like 60 years, 70 years. We've been a part of music. We've been a part of the narrative of keeping music alive. Like you have people who, like the Jets, who are
Shout out to the Jets.
are all like basically all Tongan, I believe black as well. It's mixed, but it's a Pacific Islander family that was making like disco music back in the 70s.
Yeah, man.
People who created music with the original creators of music, and why it's a thing today and why it's a trendy thing to do and why people find occupation within music. And you also have people who within the gangsta wave, like oh my God, why am I fucking blanking on them? It's hurting me. Y'all want to fuck with me? Oh my gosh. Anyways, do you know who I'm talking about?
We'll put it in.
You're talking about Booyah Tribe.
Booyah Tribe.
Come on, man.
Well, you left me.
Come on, man.
I was going to say, I was like, bro, why am I blanking on Booyah Tribe, bro? That's a sin. Yeah.
We're gonna forget about that. He forgot about that.
But yes, they're another huge name within the hip hop community. Like
Right.
they helped formulate that wave. So to answer your question, we need a little bit of both. Like we do have the at home support within the community. We have that. We have people willing to like spend on us to really like take us forward. And then we need the people who have the resources and the people who actually hold claim and actually can move a millimeter within the industry. Why don't we have like Tui said, why don't we have pop indie artists of Polynesian or Pacific Islander, Oceanic? Like why don't we? Because we've been a part of that. All different types of phases of music are like within our community.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I don't mean to ramble, but like
No, that's just answering the question.
Yeah.
I asked a long ass question, so I was curious.
That needs a long answer, man.
You know?
It's not a simple question what he's asking. You know. My bad. Are you done, News?
I believe I am. Like, I want to hear your thoughts.
So going on that, man. First of all, shout out to the Jets. I actually got to meet them this summer.
That's
Polyfest, man.
Yes, I was in there in the crowd. I was like, ooh.
You know, got a picture with them. You know, I grew up loving the Jets, man, and like they're actually, you know, they're not my family, but they're family of family. And you know, shout out to the Wolfgram family, excuse me, and a lot of them from Minnesota and Utah. And, you know, they were kind of like my first introduction to, like, mainstream Polynesian music. You know, it's funny. I was in 8th grade, you know, middle school. I was in a computer class, and one of my African-American teachers asked me, hey, do you know who the Jets are? And I was like, who? And I was like, the Jets. And he was like, they're a Samoan group. And I seen them, and I was like, man, I'm not sure. Like, if they were Samoan, I would have knew who they were, you know? Like, I don't know these guys. They do look Samoan. You know, I did my research on them, just being a proud Polynesian. I was like, they're for sure Polynesian. I learned that they are a Tongan family, you know, the Wolfgram family, and they come from Minnesota and Utah. And man, it was just such a blessing meeting them this past summer. You know, like I have some family who's like named after like individuals from the Jets. You know,
Yeah.
Heine Moy Moy, that's my uncle right there, man. Love him, man. And like he's named
That's so
after,
fire.
right? He's named
That's so
after one
fucking
of the
fire.
Jets members. You know what I'm saying? And like so they're close knit. You know, I don't know. I don't think I'm related to them personally, but I do have family, you know, who are, you know, half Samoan, half Tongan, who are like, you know, associated with the Jets in a way. But to your question, man, do I think that we need that, you know, like mainstream, you know, support and stuff?
Yeah.
You know, I really think what we have going right now is enough. You know, like I really believe that these artists that are doing their own thing, like they're really going to build, and I really believe that they're going to take off and be that face of the music that we don't have in mainstream right now.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we have our artists. We have the Fijis and the J-Bugs, right?
Yeah.
You know, we're all, like, kind of in one musical atmosphere, right? And, you know, like he was saying, the Booyah Tribe was, like, the first rap, you know, like, that really hit it off with the mainstream.
Yeah.
Hell, I remember hearing Booyah Tribe and the Marlon, like in the Wayans Brothers, like they were talking about Booyah Tribe and the Wayans Bros back then. Like I was like, man, that's crazy, you know. And so like, just I really believe what we have going right now is really gonna take off. You know, we have our rap and our R&B Polynesian artists, and then like where they are right now in their careers. You know, I just really think that we're gonna take off, and I don't think we really need that representation from like people who are like doing their thing. Like we really have it right now. You know, like we have people listening like from different places and making music from different genres, and I just really think what we have going for us right now is really going to take off. You know, I really believe that like in my heart that, you know, our people that have this sound, this certain sound that like, you know, that people aren't too accustomed to hearing from brown skinned people, Polynesian people, island boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really believe that what we have going is really gonna, like, you know, gonna be the bread and butter for the foundation that's, you know, laid in front of us to come for years to come.
I definitely believe the same thing. Just based off me and Tavares being friends for over a decade, I just feel like it. Specifically, I can speak for the community that I've watched is Washington.
Right.
Just grow as like Polynesian artists, just taking on more music and just being like, yeah, I grew up around the same shit, but we also grew up like on Afrobeat. So let's go this way, but let's go a little left or let's go a little right and like bring in like an island vibe to whatever already is going on, because people assume that Polynesians aren't kind of, they have their own Caribbean, you know, like they have their own Caribbean flavor. Like it's if you grew up with any sort of island feeling, you know what, you know, those beats still hit different for you just because you like that's where your roots lie. That's at the end of the day where you call home. So I think that I would agree that you guys as a Polynesian artist will definitely grow your own community, just because I've been able to see how just like international attention has been going just over the last few years, and just like you Polynesians supporting other Polynesian like groups, and it just being able to just flourish and be like, yeah, like we'll all go to the same concert and put all in the same dollars, and it goes to like families that you can like see and touch and just be like, okay, that person looks like me, so I have no problem spending my dollars or putting this hoodie on or going out to this show. So I think that's a beautiful thing. So I and then I can't wait till I see my first Polynesian mainstream artist, and like it's just like Afro. It's you know, it feels like something that you guys can connect to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's going crazy. One can
I just wanted to give my. I feel
give Tui the hand clap.
I feel like so often I don't like rebuttal a good when a guest has like a good sentence or just like says something very passionately from the heart. I usually go straight to hand claps, so I at least wanted to respond first.
Hey man, I appreciate it.
Nah, it's
speaking of mainstream artists, it's about drive, it's about power. All right. Speaking of
Oh my God.
mainstream
Yeah.
artists, shout out to The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, man, Dwayne Johnson, excuse me.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Nah,
The Rock.
That was
Not
The
only-
Rock that made that. That wasn't Dwayne.
You know what I'm saying?
That was
Hey,
not
shout
Dwayne.
That was not Dwayne.
No.
Shout out to The Rock.
The Rock
man.
made
What's
that.
Dwayne?
No, that was not Dwayne.
He reached his side and that was
Dwayne is on
Hey.
ballers. Nah,
Hey.
Dwayne make moves.
He
That was
said,
The Rock, bro.
He said Dwayne Johnson is making movies. This guy is The Rock, man. Hey, man, it's about drive. It's about power. Man, shout out to The Rock. He not only name dropped our culture, you know what I'm saying? You know, coming from that Samoan culture,
Yeah.
hearing that, man, you know, him being a part of Moana, my bad for going off topic, but like,
No, fuck it.
just like, you know, like you talking about mainstream poly artists, just hearing The Rock say Samoan in a sentence in a song that everybody has listened to in the past week it's been out.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, where are we gonna
trending
get
on
that
TikTok
exposure,
worldwide?
man?
Like that shit is. It's really interesting because to touch on like everything we've been talking about, it's really cool to like actually see your people on those screens.
Yeah.
Man.
I didn't understand like how much representation was needed until I needed more. Like when I got it, I was like, "Ooh, that's so fucking cool!" And then I was like, "But where's the next one?
Yeah,
who's
where's
the next person to be like, oh, yep, I'm in this?" And
Yeah,
like,
man.
I've heard through the channels. I don't know if I'm too sure, but I've been seeing a lot of like mock scripts of like a family sitcom about like Polynesians.
I would
And
go crazy.
yeah, it's some crazy shit.
I'm not sure what that is,
Bro, you
I
gotta
need
go
to
be
really
an
trying
extra.
to- right?
Yeah, I've been really trying to tap in just because, like, you know, now that those doors are opening, like it took really long, but like to actually like have those moments where like you can be like, oh, let me look at this actor, like fucking Riverdale, the Archie.
KJ Appa. Shout
That's a
out to KJ Appa.
motherfucking Uso, bro. KJ,
Right?
what the hell? He started speaking Samoan. I was like, oh man, I can't even keep up.
And he was like, "Mumua honestly, if I've taken I was like, whoa,
Whoa.
KJ Appa, Archie out here, a superhero and Samoan at the same time.
Oh
Come
my
on, man.
word.
Facts,
It's amazing to see, like, you know, to actually to have that moment, you know.
man.
It's
It really is, man. And the thing is, like, I guess there's a lot of poly people who we don't know are in the industry that are poly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And like just having him come out as a Polynesian, let it be known that he's a Polynesian, man, that's just a dub for our people, man. Like it's really awesome. And just like I was saying, The Rock being the most followed guy on Instagram, like just having him talk about like just to name drop our culture. Just it's something different, man. You have a sense of pride that you didn't know you had before. Just come to the surface. It's like, man, yeah, like like that's who I am, and like that's what he's representing.
it's
Yeah.
really cool too because it's like, you know, he's American too. Like,
Exactly,
you know, he's like
African American.
Island boys in America face a different, like, it's not, I wouldn't call it a struggle, but it's like being part of the diaspora. Like, you know, like we have a certain disconnect between home and like where we're from.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was born
Right,
here. We were
right,
born
right.
here. And
Yeah,
like,
I
you
was
know,
born here, man.
you know, you have people once you have that conversation with other like people within the community. I wouldn't say I've never been like disrespected or like, you know, felt like I wasn't Polynesian, but there's a certain like feeling where you're like, oh, if I can't speak the language, we're not really gonna have a connection, like for real.
yeah.
Like, you know, you're gonna look me in my eyes and like try and talk to me in our native tongue, and like, you know, I can't respond. So it's like, I don't know, like that was a different feeling for me. This is why I was telling Corey, I love the fact that you brought up The Rock because I'm like I'm like his biggest fan, bro. I like live and breathe
That's
The Rock.
Bro, I'm
because-
not gonna.
right.
I'm
'cause
not gonna do
we're
it.
sipping on Terramana last weekend.
Bro, Terramana's fire.
Come on, man.
I can't
Bro.
even. Bro,
Shout out
Terramana's
to
fire.
Terramana. Shout out to my brother.
Bro,
Hey,
it's
Terramana is fire.
Like it's just
Right.
It goes crazy. But I do shit on The Rock as an actor a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
As an actor, he said he say. I asked
yeah.
Tavares
who is my favorite actor?
who's his favorite actor. He said The Rock. I was like, The Rock is a superhero. He is not an actor.
Speaking of which, Black Adam will be coming out soon.
Bro, he at every point his whole job is to save the world. Stop the crime and save the world. That is a superhero. That is not an actor.
Hey, chill out.
Bro, he fought apes.
You must have not watched Be Cool.
Bro, he fought monkeys and bro, he was the only person that saved us in Rampage, bro.
Cool?
Have you seen Be Cool?
No.
Oh, that's a good one.
You need to go watch Be
Cool.
Cool.
You're gonna be.
I watched the
Rock.
Tooth Fairy. I watched when him and
Game
that,
Plan.
He said,
yeah, the game.
Tooth Fairy.
I watched when bro and that white boy that was famous for a minute in the desert.
Yeah, the rundown.
I watched when Cuddy was.
Tall.
I watched when Cuddy was the mummy. His jobs are
he didn't slide in Fast and the Furious.
Bro, his goal was to
fuck up the world.
Yeah, save the fucking save the world.
He was an op.
He was an op, but he also left the game.
World,
he was saving the world.
So you gotta watch Be Cool because that's a movie he definitely is not saving. Matter of fact, you're gonna be surprised when you see The Rock on screen.
I literally gotta tap in.
My man got an afro, man.
Bro, I gotta tap in with Be Cool.
Hey man,
they got him doing the fucking.
I need to see The Rock.
Fuck up Bucky over there, man. You know what it is, man.
Bro, Be Cool is actually a really good movie. It fucking what's his name is in there? John Travolta.
John Travolta is one of my favorite.
Cedric the Entertainer's in there.
What was it?
I gotta tap in.
It's a Vince Vaughn's in there.
It's a classic, bro. How have you not seen? Like you're gonna be like, what is The Rock doing? You're gonna be like, is that The Rock?
See, that might make me think he's an act because like,
hey, Moose, I'm gonna be honest right now. In that movie, The Rock is considered a gay man in there. If you don't know.
Yeah, his role was to play.
If you want to say The Rock doesn't have,
I'm about to tap in.
Yeah,
all right,
man,
after this,
The Rock is.
Hey, by the time we got a pod next Saturday, there'll definitely be an update for this November.
If you ever thought you had this idea of The Rock, go watch Be Cool. He's got a different type of vibe. I'm gonna tap in there.
But I've seen so many The Rock movies just being like a 2000s to like now, because that's where like. He stopped wrestling a lot and started doing more acting, and most of his roles is still like,
but his acting in WWE, that was a different.
He was bro. Why I'm not discrediting The Rock, bro. He's the greatest superhero,
bro.
Bro,
let me see your best eyebrow. Come on, Corey. Let me see your best eyebrow, man.
I can't do it anymore.
The Rock used to be like.
His shit curved.
All right,
bro.
Yeah, let's just be like
it's a full like
millions.
His shit went full
I really hit it on the camera.
The Rock is probably the greatest superhero to exist. Real and
it just makes me it fills me with joy even more because that's a black Polynesian man, and I'm like, look at him go, like tequila, fucking he owns part of Solon
right.
Fire,
like,
get that white people money,
cheap meals,
bro. Like he's
I watched him destroy a gate with like both his arms. I don't really like have anything bad to say about him. All I'm saying is like I need the more dramatic roles.
No, I definitely got you there. Like I hear you on the like he doesn't really reach in his like different acting role.
I need him to do what 50 Cent did and
he's a
lose
family
hella
action.
weight and become a cancer patient just for the acting.
Oh my god,
that movie's underrated.
That movie is hella underrated.
That movie's not talked about a lot.
Nah.
It wasn't really mainstream, but that's crazy that you brought that up because I have watched that movie and 50 Cent really reached into his
back.
He was going crazy.
I just need one of those from The Rock, and he's literally he's unstoppable.
Yeah, if he gets an Oscar,
bro, he don't need an Oscar. He could break the Oscar, like
right.
Like
on me.
One of the greatest to ever do it. I need one dramatic role, and then you're really the greatest actor ever.
I respect that. You're right. He's always saving
he can do everything. I just need one. If he give me one drama, because he's fucking hilarious. He got action on pack. He can do sci-fi all day. You give me one drama, he can't miss. If he does a drama, it's gonna be fire.
Right.
I just need bro to just drop some tears, lose a kid, because Tooth Fairy's not drama enough for me. It's kind of drama.
Didn't have you shed no tears.
No.
You didn't shed no tears on the game plan?
No.
I feel it.
I don't know. The game plan kind of got me.
It was good, but it was like, ooh, bro's still trying to,
Game plan is a top family movie of all time. That's one of my favorite movies.
Facts. Shout out to Rock.
I'll definitely share that with my kids when I have some. All right.
We were talking about it earlier. I wanted to ask you, how were those days in Ellingsburg?
Man, I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't even there for that long, bro.
For real?
Like, right. Like, I was just, I probably did 1 year. I lived there for 1 year. And
Did you
to be
continue
honest,
college after that?
hell no. I'm gonna be honest with you. I only did 1 semester of school. Maybe not even 1 semester, maybe 1/4 of school.
Yeah.
But we had the Polynesian club, the Poly Club.
Yeah.
And I was like I was involved heavily in that. And like, even though I wasn't going to school, like after fall quarter, I was still involved in Poly Club because, you know, that meant a lot to me growing up as a dancer and just like, you know, like growing up with the culture. You know, and my brothers were going there.
Yeah.
I lived with my cousins, Jeremiah and Uli, and you know, I was living with them, and so like I couldn't really leave them behind. Like,
Right.
they were there still going to school.
Yeah.
Me, I couldn't even get past the first quarter. I'm be honest, and you know, like, so like growing up as dancers, we were all dancers growing up, and just like being a dancer, and I was like, man, I can't leave this behind. You know, like this is, you know, Poly Club is everything I stand for, everything I've known since I was a little kid. You know,
Yeah.
and so like I was like, I'll stay, because not only did they need me, but I felt like I owed it to them to be a part of this Poly Club, because being a part of Poly Club, being a dancer is like, it's something special, man. And I grew up dancing, and I just felt, and I was one of the teachers for Poly Club. You know, I taught a lot of the dances, and I was just like, man, I really need to stay, because
Something you're really connected to.
right, it's something I really was connected to. And not only that, I also met Ant and them out there, OTC. I met all of OTC out there in Central. So like, just meeting them there.
Yeah.
It's like I guess my first year in college is not really a year. It's like, but I stayed there the entire year. Like,
Building connections.
right.
And
It's like I couldn't let this go. Like,
yeah.
I didn't know where I was in life, and like I didn't know what I wanted to do. But you know, like I found like that I really wanted to be an artist over there. I recorded my first song over there. So I stayed, you know, for that year. And I didn't come home until like that summer of 2019.
What was it like getting in the mode to start creating music at that point?
Man, so like I'm gonna take it back to high school. Like being in high school, I was a choir guy. You know, like people.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What high school did you go to? Oos?
I went to Rainier Beach.
Rainier Beach, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I went to Spano Lake High School. Shout out to the choir. Man, not only were we placed in that state every year, we were going to state every year.
Come
We
on.
won state, like, for choir.
That's
and show
fire.
choir.
So fire.
Man, I was a part of a group called Music Company. Music Company, I was also on the football team. Music Company took me places football would never take me. I was going to California. I went to Louisiana. I was in New Orleans, man, like, living the life being a singer. And I was like, this is what I get to do, singing? like, no wonder why I want to be a singer more than I want to do be a football player. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was choosing to go to choir rehearsal more than I was to football practice.
Yeah.
You know, like, and so like growing up, you know, like really being in that choir and engagement, you know, like just being a choir member. You know, shout out to our director, Sarah Forte. She taught at she also taught, you know, somewhere down here, down north, but she came to our school my freshman year.
Yeah.
And just being a part of her choir and being a part of that program was just, man, it changed my life. You know, I might even say it saved my life, man. It took me out a lot of things that I didn't want to do. And she was there for me through it all, my choir teacher. And, you know, just got so much love for her. And, you know, like, when I make it, you know, not if I make it, when I make it, you know, she's definitely somebody that I'm going to say, like, she was one of my mentors that just really took me under her wing. And, like, she's one of the reasons I wanted to keep going to high school.
Yeah.
You know, like, we all got that, like that thing. Like, you know, when you're going to high school, you know, being a Polynesian, being a, you know, African-American, being somebody that's not of the, you know, like, the dominant culture, you know, it's just like, why go to high school? Like, it's like, it wasn't cool, right? It's just like, you know, there's so many other things I want to do. Like, I want to go do this and that with my friends. I want to go kick it, you know, I want to go do this and that. And it's just like, she made coming to school, like, a different thing for me, man. Like, coming to school for her, like, I'm going to be honest, it was one of the main reasons I came to school. And and just going to school for choir, going to sing. It just made school worth it, you know? Like, it made getting my degree worth it, you know? Like, forget everything else. Like, forget football, forget, you know, the diploma. Going to school for choir fun to me. It's what I really went to school for. Yeah, man. Shout out to all my choir family, man, you know, wherever they are. They really, we really did some special things, man. We really won trophies, really won banners, you know, like first place. Like, you look us up in the state book. We was there, man. Like, we really did our thing, man, and just being a part of that music company, man. Like, y'all go check us out on YouTube, man. Class of 2018, man. Everything before that, you know, was fire, man. I got so much love, and I would defend choir. And I will recommend it for the rest of my life, man. People might think choir is this and that, but going to choir will teach you things, man, that, like, regular classes can't teach you, man. Like, it gives you a sense of, you know, like, you can't really get a sense of family or a sense of bonding in a regular school class, you know? Yeah. You go to algebra. You think anybody there really gives a shit about you? No. You go to, you know, reading or, like, you know, ELA, you know, nobody cares about you over there. You go to choir, there's, like, people there that, like, would do anything for you, man. They're, like, really out there, like, telling you, like, hey, if you need anything, I got you. You know, there's really people out there. That's where you get that sense of family and, like, for school.
Do you think it felt like that because it's such an organized, like, everyone's relying on each other for the ultimate goal, and just like it's like a team, but it's a musical team that has to work together to achieve the sound or the song.
You could say that, you know, like, you could definitely say that because, like, you know, when you're in, like, you know, like your regular math, English classes, you're by yourself, right? Yeah. But when you're in a choir, you have to work together to get that sound. It's not, it's just me by myself. It's me. When you go to choir, if you're only in there for the grade, you'll definitely learn to love, like, the sense of team in there. Yeah. But, like, if you're really in there and you really care about the music and stuff, you realize that, like, hey, even though I'm the best singer, like, we're not going to sound our best if I'm just doing my thing. I really have to bring these people in. I really have to help them, and I really have to blend together, like, to get that sense of, like, you know, like, when you go to sing at the, you know, the colleges, when you have your choir, they're not looking for a solo. They're looking for the best choirs out there. And the best choirs are the ones not with the best singers, but with the best sense of team, you know, formality. Like, you're not going to, like, if you have all the best singers, but they can't work together, that's not going to work. But if you have a team of people who are willing to work hard and really bring their sound together and really just push themselves out as a team and not really as individuals, then you get something special, man. Like, that sense of team is just, like, that sense of, you know, collaboratory experiences, like, with everybody just, you know, really bringing their A game to build upon a team and not, like, individuality is something that, like, you can't match, man. You can't get that by yourself. You have to really work as a team.
When did OTC find out that you were a vocalist? Like, what? How did that merge?
Right. So I made my first song, Candy Apple. Yeah. You know, I'm working on getting that on all streaming platforms, by the way. But I released that in 2018, November or December, I can't remember. And I released that in 2018. I released that as a solo artist. I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. I was just, you know, I really love music. I want to be an artist. Let me just try. You know, I recorded in Ellensburg with a producer out there / engineer out there, and, you know, I just did my thing. And, you know, like, Danny, who is a part of OTC, he's Sengi's brother, Anthony's brother. He, you know, like,
shout out Danny boy. Sorry, Danny. Had to cut that in because he be watching.
Yes, sir. So like he heard my song. You know, I'm not gonna lie. When I released that song, there was like 2,000 plays in a day. Like, it was crazy. It really went off like, out there. People were really fucking with it, and so, like, just to, you know, like, really get that sense of, wow, like, people actually like it. I can really do this. So Danny approached me, told me, like, you know, his brother was doing this and that, and, like, you know, like, he wants me to be a part of the team. Man, I heard what they were giving, and I didn't have any second thoughts, man. I said I really want to be a part of something bigger than myself. Like a couple years later, here I am, man. And Ants, that's my guy. Everybody part of the team is family, man. So that's how I became a part of OTC. It was through Danny. Shout out to Danny.
Come on. I've been giving a round of applause for a while. We've been talking for a minute.
Hey, man.
I love that.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm
when
just.
you don't realize you have to do other things. When you're just talking, you're just like, oh, shoot. I forgot to do this and that.
Celery.
Speaking of the team, we're about it. We got 1K Tui in a show December 23rd, hosted by yours truly, the Groovy Tapes. So please do see us on stage when we December 23rd. We got two paid.
Are we gonna hear something from Groove from the South too?
Oh, you feel me? You sure will.
Sir.
You sure will.
I'm just gonna be up there telling bad jokes, screaming.
We're gonna be rocking the stage, all of us. So Mulatto, Drew, Make a Million, Mike Jack.
That's a great
1K Tui, 1K Tui. You got OTC singing. You got I already said two paid.
Drew, Quay Herc.
Quay Herc. Oh yeah, Quay Herc. I knew I was like a Mulatto. I don't know if I said Mulatto already, but yeah.
Mulatto. Shout out to Mulatto.
The whole gang, please join us. Have some fun with us. Buy some tickets. Bring 72-hour COVID test or your vaccination card. You feel me? Come have fun. Chop suey.
Yes, sir. Be there, man. Be there or be square. That's
Come on.
Going up.
Talking about new projects and stuff. How's it been? Are you curating new music?
Man. So if y'all haven't already checked out, go check out my latest music video, Tainted, man. It's going crazy, man. And shout out to Jay Shooter. Man, but yeah, I do got a project coming out. It's called Over and Over. It's it's just a great way for me to be myself on a project. OTC. We've had our own we've had our album projects and stuff, like collaborations.
Yeah.
But this is gonna be my first debut album as a solo artist, and just to show people what I'm capable of. I never hold myself to one thing, man. That's the one thing about me is I don't want to be known as somebody that does this, I don't want to be associated with one thing. Man, when you hear the name 1K2, I want to be associated with the pop indie artist from Utah. I want to be associated with OTC, that sound. And I want to be associated with, the sounds of, Fiji and Jay Shooter from American Samoan. I want to be, I just want to be part of everything, man. I don't want to be one sound,
Yeah.
So, this upcoming project I'm gonna drop in February on my birthday, February 6th, man. I'm gonna turn 22, and I just can't wait for it, man. People are gonna really get to know who I am, and the thing about it is excuse me, I really believe I've written something for everyone in there. I don't want to be, attached to one crowd. I kind of want to be associated with different people, because I don't want to. If I just relate to one crowd, what am I really doing? I'm just, I'm not really exposing myself to what I'm really capable of, because I know, deep in my heart, I can do different things.
Yeah.
And if I just represent one type of, one type of genre, one type of sound, then I'm not doing myself any favors. I'm not really being who I really am as an artist. So as an artist, 1K2, Over and Over, dropping February 6th. That project is really gonna let everybody know what I can do, the versatility of my sound, because I don't want to just do one thing, And so I got features that everybody's really excited to hear, and I just got songs that are really gonna show everybody what I'm capable of.
Yeah.
I really can do different things, man. I got Tainted out, I got Candy Apple out. I got Live My Life out. And those things, they just show, one side of me. But you're going to see a different side of me, when I really drop my project. So, yeah, man, I hope you guys are excited as much as I am to see that, man.
I'm very excited. Man. Are you... No, bro.
I was going to ask you are you going to play any of
No, you fucking read my mind.
I can, bro. If you guys want something, a little feature, a little...
Oh, no, you don't got to play right now. You don't got to play right now.
I don't got to play it right now?
We can play it after.
I'll play it after, man. It's going to go crazy, man. Y'all going to be excited.
Y'all got to wait till February 6th.
Yeah.
February 6th.
Or
Sorry.
pull up to the show and you might hear something
Hey,
early.
man, I might drop some unreleased over there.
You know. So
But yeah, man.
I just
We'll
wanted
go
to
crazy, man.
I just want to give that a light. That makes me very excited. I really love what you guys have been able to curate at OTC, just being so family oriented and just like team based. Do you think having that camp behind you really makes you elevate your music and makes you push harder, and rather than playing it really safe in your pockets?
No doubt, man. Having them behind me, man. Having OTC, like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm gonna say straight. Like, I wouldn't be where I am right now as an artist without them. Like, that sense of, family, that sense of, just having people, that sense of support behind me is something different, man. They pulled up to the Polynesian festival that we had over here not long ago in Auburn. And just having that, like, even Toupee showed up, you know what I'm saying, man? Like, shout out Toupee, man. That's my guy. And just having that sense of family coming to support you, even though that's not necessarily what they, vibe to.
Yeah.
They came to support me. It was about supporting their family, supporting their artists, and just having them come, that pushes me to push harder, not only to, like, vibe for myself, but to vibe to different senses of music, what I'm saying? Like, so, like, if you have somebody that, like, is not necessarily, like, moving the way you move, support you, that kind of makes you want to, like, hey, like, I should probably put my time and effort into them since they're putting their time and effort into me.
Yeah.
So, like, just having that support, man, behind me is, like, really just a special type of feeling, because, like, I wouldn't imagine where I would be without them having without them having their support. Like, who am I without them? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I really here? Am I really, like, am I really putting out this music? Like, they put in money, they put in, the effort, they put in the time to really push my music as an individual artist, like, to places that I really didn't believe that I could have before I even knew them,
Yeah.
So, like, having them is it's something special, man. Like, I wouldn't trade OTC for the world. I'm OTC till I die, man. So just, like, shout out to them, and we rock until forever, man. That's how it's gonna be, man. Like, I really don't know where I would be without them.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. Shout out to the whole team.
Yeah,
let me send my team.
Shout out to the team, bro.
Yeah, they've been doing a tremendous job this past 2 years,
2.5. COVID.
Yeah,
COVID.
we kind of started in 2018. It's 2-3 years, man. Really,
man. Yeah, it feels like a blur, honestly. Like, y'all are doing a great job of holding that, pushing that narrative in the town, and doing really good things with the music. I gotta ask, man, why do you like them, bro?
Oh,
like who?
Oh my God.
Why do you like them, bro?
OTC?
No.
Oh, the 49ers.
You felt it. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to explain yourself, but you can what's not to like?
What's not to like? I mean,
a lot.
5 Super Bowl rings.
Ugh.
You know what I'm saying? A winning culture.
The
John
dusty
Montana,
ones.
Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott. You know what I'm saying? What's not to like? I mean, Jesse Sapolu, if you want to make it cultural. Isaac Sapuonga.
I mean.
And by the way, my uncle used to play for them. Shout out to the Chia Sipo family, Yeah, Manu Chia Sipo. Yeah, he used to be a 49er. He also used to be a Seahawk, but we don't talk about those days.
Okay.
But yeah, Joe Montana, man, second grade. I was in second grade. Joe Montana had been retired for years, and my number for football, even though I was a lineman, was 16. I was a lineman wearing 16, man. Come on, man.
Someone explain to me how filthy Joe Montana is.
Joe Montana was Tom Brady before Tom Brady.
He was like immortal. And
Joe Montana never lost a Super Bowl.
Wait, he was like
like that?
He's Jordan.
He's Michael Jordan.
4.
He's honestly Michael Jordan to the NFL.
Yeah.
Oh.
He was going crazy because he was just...
Now I understand 49er fans.
Yeah,
is
he,
Michael Jordan. LeBron is Tom Brady.
Who did he?
Oh,
who
I
was he
understand
back up to?
49er fan
Steve Young,
now.
or was it the other way
Steve
around?
Young was his backup.
Yeah, it was okay. It was the other way around.
And Steve Young came and won a ring.
How many years did he play?
I mean, he played like I would say 15 plus. He played for the Kansas City Chiefs as well. But we don't talk about those years.
4 Super Bowls and 15. That's hella hard. Yeah, I understand. Okay, I understand being a 49er fan.
Have you heard it? I mean, I know you've heard of.
I've heard of it, but I don't care enough about football to be like why.
What's your sport?
Basketball.
Okay, Joe Montana is Michael Jordan.
Yeah, and I just
really is.
I just pay enough attention to baseball to talk shit to him. Like I don't even.
Is he?
You're a baseball fan, Ish?
I am a baseball fan.
My cousin used to play for the Mariners. Yeah, Matt Tios.
Yeah.
Back in the day,
he got the he had power, bro. He was
Then he went to the Tigers.
Home runs.
Right.
Home runs.
Crazy, man.
When he was knocking shit, I was like, bro, that's an ooze right there, bro.
Right, that's an ooze right there, man.
He's a Mariner, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Right.
He's over there knocking shit.
Thanks.
That's fire,
man. I see the appeal, but I don't really see the appeal.
I 49ers though. I grew up because
I get
that's
it.
my family's team.
Yeah.
My dad's from California, so like, when he was saying, "Oh, Joe Montana is the greatest," when I was 5 years old, I said, "Sure, yeah, he's the greatest." And then,
and I'm sure you started watching, and you was like,
right?
Yeah,
I
okay,
watched
yeah, these guys are
highlights,
filthy.
man.
Like,
I was watching highlights, and I was like, "Damn, these guys are filthy, bro." I was like. No, I was pretending I was Joe Montana throwing it to the white clock in the end zone, the catch, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the catch, I was pretending like I was, Frank Gore busting up the middle for an 80-yard touchdown. Shout out to Frank Gore, man.
Hey, they didn't do nothing for Frank Gore, don't don't go there. Don't talk about the recent Niners.
Frank Gore was busting up the Seattle Seahawks defense.
Hey, he was doing good. He was doing good, but he ain't get no chip.
He's a Hall
He
of
ain't get no chip.
Hey, he's a Hall of Famer.
Ali Smith ain't get no chip.
Oh, he don't get no.
Colin Kaepernick ain't get no chip.
Yeah, but he got a Netflix series,
which is amazing, by the way.
Go check that out,
Colin
man.
I'm a Colin Kaepernick stan. I
Yes,
fuck
sir.
with bro for real.
Yeah.
For real. He
I'm just listening to football jargon. I haven't known when to chime in.
I would even know who they were, compare him to from somebody from the NBA, honestly, because like he started his own movement, man. Black Lives Matter, by the way.
Come on,
man, he's
if you don't agree with that, you'll never be on this.
He's ethereal, bro. He lost his occupation
to stand up
on his stance about some shit that is still going on, like to this day, and it's really interesting. Like that's why I hold him up so high. I'm like, bro, like that's actually like that's something that you have to go through like a deeper sense of meaning to like really be like, oh, this is something I'm standing on, and if it's gonna cost me my job, if it's cost me something that I love to do, I'm gonna do it because people aren't realizing like what's truly going down, like, and for all that to happen and like for all like this to like keep going on, and like the NFL season, like everything that's been going on, it's like some crazy shit. Because I'm like, as a fan, I'm like, do I still support this? Do I still watch this bullshit? Like a man just really like was trying to tell people to stop killing people, and like people are like,
white people are crazy.
We're gonna keep it pushing. All right, I don't fuck with this. Go Seahawks. This is lame.
Exactly, bro.
All right, Tui, brother.
No, I was just gonna move it forward.
Yeah.
You were good.
Right.
Tui, brother, do you have anything else you want to leave off our groovy people before we head out?
Nah, man, just continue to stream OTC out the cut, man. Be ready for this, over and over tape that's gonna come on my first debut album, and get ready for a group from the South too, man. Speaking of which, man, my favorite song was you had a song on there that you literally sampled one of my favorite songs of all time, which is "Runaway" by
same
Trey
thing.
Smooth.
Okay,
man.
so we'll break it down before we head out. Smooth and them, I think Smooth, Blessum, and Miguel, I believe, is 3 people collabing on the beat. They took Trey Smooth, the Runaway.
Sure.
They heard it, and then they're all like, how can we make this better? So they sampled My Heart is a House of Love, or House of Love by the Five Heartbeats. So after
telling people about that,
after Runaway plays, so the beginning sample is the same thing. After it plays, it goes into the Five Heartbeat sample, and then they slowed it down during the second part of Yugga's verse, and then flipped it back into Runaway. So it's really complex. That's actually really crazy that you brought that up.
I know about it.
Thank you so much.
So, are you Eddie Kane Jr. or what? All right.
My
Heart is a house for love, man.
Is a house
Full of love.
out of love.
Yes, sir.
And it don't take much to. Hey, KWJT, you've been grooving with the South.
I don't know if we got
Tui,
licensed to that.
Corey, Solana,